we are going for a cotton candy pink color and it keeps fading to more this like peachy, warm, orangey pink color, chances are the pigment that we have left over in our hair is too dark of a yellow. I would recommend probably lightening your hair as light as it will possibly go, but this can get kind of dangerous for some people because they bleach their hair too far, and that's where you can actually dissolve the cuticle of your hair. So you got to be super careful. If you do not feel comfortable with lifting that extra little bit of yellow pigment out of your hair, you can actually use a purple shampoo that is a very sheer dye molecule that can shift this peachy color back over into your true cotton candy pink. Now, I wouldn't recommend putting any sort of like pastel purple or anything in your pink formula because pink specifically has a very delicate dye molecule, so it can change very, very easily to where it might turn out way different than you're expecting and it might not actually result in pink color. Now, the interesting thing with pink is the lighter that you go in lift, the more true pink that it will become. So if you only lift your hair to like, let's say like a level 7, there's a lot of gold orangey pigment in this color here. So putting pink over the top of it is just going to turn it even more orangey peachy. So that's why you want to kind of like lift through that golden phase into the yellow. If you don't want to go all the way to a level 10, you can pre-tone it with like a purple shampoo just to kind of mask some of that intense yellow so it will turn out more of that true cotton candy pink color. Another thing to consider with like vivids in general, but pink is a really good example of this, is if you only lift it to this like yellow, orange, golden phase, this is the specific tier of value that you've lifted to, so you can't get this color or this color when you've only lifted here. The pink that will show up and actually take over this gold color that you lifted to is probably a hot pink. So in order to get this cotton candy pink, you're gonna have to dissolve more pigment out of your hair to lift the value to a lighter value so that this hue is going to show up, because it will not show up over the top of something like this because they're completely different values. This is also another huge reason why a hairstylist will recommend taking you to like a level 10, because it's the lightest value that you can go and it keeps all of your vivid colors true to tone, because the darker in value that your hair has been lifted to will determine how dark in value the color that you have to put on in order for it to actually show up.